Hi guys, it's Tennille from Paper Milkshake and welcome back to my channel. I thought I would do a craft with me video today because I haven't done one in a really long time. And what I'm going to be making today is a bag topper or two bag toppers. And believe it or not, I have actually never made bag toppers before, so I'm going to be popping my cherry today. And there's quite a few crafters out there. So there's Crafting with Lila and also the Paper Treasury Ara. Both of them have a few videos on how to make bag toppers, and they both really enjoy making them, and so I was inspired to make my own. Excuse me. So I have these two beautiful iridescent doilies. These are Martha Stewart doilies that were sent to me from a friend as part of a Happy Mail package. I only received these two and they're not in the best state, but once I embellish them, you won't even notice the fact that they are a little bit wrinkled. I have ordered a few more packets through a lovely friend on Facebook who's sending me some from a Michael's store in the States, but today I will just have to make use of what I've got. So since I am making something I've never done before, I thought I would use a collection that I love, that I'm used to, that I'm familiar with, and that is of course all heart. So I will use mostly all heart, but I may also work into the collection, work into the project some of my embellishments in my stash, which may be from other collections, even non-crepe paper collections. So who knows? The other thing I just wanted to show you before I start is that I made these like little butterfly embellishments. I've made a few packets of these, and I will be sending some to Alicia at Love Letter Generation in our next mail because I know she really loves them. But this packet I'm going to keep for myself, or I might find one that I've packed without sequins. It may not have one. No, I don't actually have a packet with no sequins in it. But I want to try and use this in today's project because these are really cute, and I just want to show you how I make them quite 3D. Okay, so here's a little suitcase that my friend Tira Snail Mail made for me, and inside she has a whole bunch of, I mixed a couple of other things in here, but she's got an entire like all hot chipboard pack just loosely put into a box like so, all ready to go. So I'm going to use them to decorate my bag toppers today. So I don't know how these are going to turn out, but we're going to give it a red hot go and hope for the best. So I have just prepared these before I started filming by just folding them in half, and I haven't really followed anyone's tutorial in particular. It's been a while since I looked at Lila and Ara's videos, but I think Ara actually did a live video on it, and Lila recently made some Christmas inspired ones, so I'm probably doing it wrong, but anyway. Okay, so I've got some of my foam squares ready. I'll try and make them a little bit dimensional, but we will see how we go. So just going to pick some pieces from the chipboard, which I think might work well. This is one of my favorite pieces from the chipboard stickers, the ampersand there. But I may be limited by how many chipboards I can use because it may weigh the bag topper down too much. Going to lay a few pieces out on the table. That's really nice. I will probably end up using that one there. I'll try and pull out less black and dark pieces. So today is the 30th of December, and I have really had a wonderful Christmas just celebrating. But I'm also quite relieved that it's all the celebrations are over. I still have a New Year's Eve celebration to go to tomorrow night, but after that I can definitely wind down and relax, and then from the 1st of January, I'm actually going camping with my entire family for 6 nights, so that will be fun. There's not going to be a lot of reception, and also I won't be crafting at all, so I'll try and post a couple of videos up before I go. Now all I've done there is just cut a piece of this beautiful like unicorn iridescent tulle, and I'm going to mount that piece of tulle onto the doily using some foam tape. I'm quite curious actually. I know people like to make bag toppers, but excuse me. Excuse me. I'm just curious to know whether once you've made the bag toppers, whether people actually use them as bag toppers, or what creative ideas you guys have with decorating using bag toppers. Do you just put them on top of treat bags, or how do you guys actually use them? So please drop me a comment and let me know. Yeah, the ampersand is super cute. I think I'm gonna have to use the ampersand in this project. I think I would like to add maybe one of these chipboards. Before I do that, I'm just going to break open my All Heart ephemera pack, particularly this small one here, because I may want to use some pieces from the ephemera pack here. Maybe not too much of the florals. Actually, I've got this that I already stitched earlier, so a couple of days ago. There we go, girls rule. That might work quite well. Big plans. Very randomly, I've got this, which I think might be from the Main Squeeze, Crepe Paper Main Squeeze collection. Got a fry. Yay, I'm sorry, I'm making a little bit of a mess here, but I'm just gonna lay out all the ephemera that I think I'm gonna use and then pick and choose from there. I've got these teeny weeny tiny little Polaroids, which I've cut out of the 6x8 paper pads. Let's just move that candle. Maybe we'll move it over here. Okay, so let's have a look. We may not see a lot of that girls rule there. This piece is quite pretty. The roller skate's very cute. Oh yes, that was the other one. Yeah, I think I really want to use the glasses today, so let's start layering with some of these pieces that I've pulled out and see how we go. As you can see, I'm not really doing a lot of planning here. I'm just kind of winging it as we go, but I'm going to try and make this project as dimensional as I can. So all I'm doing now is just putting some foam squares here, ready to go. Do you guys find like craft with me videos really nerve-wracking? Because I do. Obviously, like when I craft, I usually craft in my own privacy, in my own time, and you know, like without any pressure at all. But when I have to do it on camera, I start to feel a little bit intimidated because I'm a bit worried about stuffing up or ending up with a hot mess project that just becomes a bit of a laughing stock. But sometimes it will work out well. Sometimes you just have to give it your best shot and not worry too much about the end product, as long as you sort of enjoy the process of making. That's really what's important, right? I've just put the kids to sleep for their afternoon nap, so hoping this will be a uninterrupted crafting video for the viewing pleasure of all. That's going to be tricky. I'm not sure any of that flower is going to actually show up in this project, but I think I really, more than anything, want to just be able to see some of these leaves stick out. See, this is working out quite tricky for me, but let's just go with that for now. Okay. Then what I probably want to do is add the flower there. it's probably going to end up, you know, in the beginning looking like a little bit of a hot mess, like I'm just throwing things down on this project, but hopefully the end product will look quite assembled, and that it all kind of amalgamates and works, but no promises. Just gonna put my little flower there. And all I'm doing is just making sure that that's actually going to pop on properly. There we go. Then I'm going to want to stick girls rule there, and hoping that I can then sneak in the glasses here. So just doing a little bit of planning there. I think I'm going to put the girls rule down first. Whoops, I accidentally went with the non-stitched one, so let's just stick with the non-stick version. Oops, that's not quite aligned. Just want to make sure that the text on girls rule is straight and square with the bag topper, in case we do end up seeing any of that font. And then I want to just sneak my little glasses. I might actually put the glasses on top of it, because I reckon what will end up happening is that girls rule won't even be the very front of the project itself. So yeah, let's pop the glasses in front. Go. I think that's going to be too white. That might work out quite well. But I really also like this clear acetate piece that says Babe. So should we stick that Babe down? The trouble with the Babe is because it's acetate, I'm not going to be able to use any foam tape on it, otherwise you'll see a lot of that foam tape since it's see-through. So I think as long as I can put foam tape on it, as long as Looking Good ends up hiding the foam tape. So let's try that. So I'm just sticking it onto the top half of Babe. That might be okay, and if it doesn't work, we'll add something on top of, to the top half of Babe, so you can't see the foam tape, but I reckon that'll be okay. Yeah, I reckon that'll be okay. Now, it's probably too late now to add that ampersand, but let's take a look. Oh no, that's actually quite nice. No, I really like how that's turning out. So I will slip the ampersand in there and pop it up there with a little bit of foam tape, but I'm going to go with a smaller square so that I don't risk seeing any of that foam tape pop out from the ampersand. So let's plan this out a little bit better. If that sits there, then I can put that ampersand virtually smack bang in the middle here. Maybe a little bit in here as well. Okay, that's two-dimensional. That's too thick, sorry. So I might just put a little bit of this thinner foam tape inside on the back. Did you guys all have a good Christmas? I hope everyone had a relaxing one. Christmas is always so much fun, but there's just, for me anyway, it's just a lot of running around, like going between families. There's my in-law side, there's my side, there's the extended family side. And then this year we were celebrating Christmas with all our friends as well, and we entertained for 8 people, so including myself and my husband Don, that was like 12 people, and the kids, so it's pretty crazy. We just did a big Christmas ham and a turkey at our house, and all our friends were kind enough to stick their hand up and say, okay, we're all going to bring a plate just to make the job a little bit easier. And yeah, it ended up being a lot of fun, but just really crazy busy. Really crazy busy. Don't really know why I ripped that out. Oh yeah, I was going to pop that on top. That's what I was going to do. Okay, and I think I'm going to just trim that in half. Pop this little one here. Put that guy over there. And I reckon that's pretty close. So this bag topper is already super duper chunky, which is how I like it, or how I like to decorate and embellish my projects. So just going to pull that a little bit closer to me and make sure I've got the alignment right. So that's it there. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm still working on it, so I'm going to add probably some pom-poms and maybe a little tassel on the top of that, which I actually like to do right at the end. So before I do that, I'm going to actually work on my second bag topper there, and then I'll come back with my hot glue and add the pom-poms and the tassels and whatever else. Now what I want to do with this second bag topper is I bought one of these gift tag sets from Daiso, and I just think it's super cute, and I want to use one of these cups, like coffee cups, in this project. So let's break it open and take a look. I think I can work in this like pink one that says happy. Dry. Okay, I wanted to use the other one, except it's just too, there's probably just a little bit too much iridescence going on. Iridescence going on. Just going to put these gem stickies to remind me to use them. I'd like to work in these little Polaroids. I just think they're super cute, but I'm wondering also whether a Polaroid belongs in here. That's the thing, when I when I make embellishments, I always like to add things like retrospectively. So that might look like it's finished, but it may in fact be incomplete until I'm satisfied that I've added more than I can add. I'm just deciding which side is less crinkled. Fortunately, I didn't take care of these very well, and they have come up a little bit more damaged than I would prefer, but once my new packet of Martha Stewart doilies come back, I can use some brand new ones. That's if I enjoy making them. I'm enjoying the process so far, but let's see how they actually turn out. Oh yeah, and I do want to use those butterflies eventually, so let me just put that there to remind myself. Now that's a little bit too square. I don't like all that squareness that's going on here. So I think today I might use this beautiful rose, gorgeous rose, most of which will probably get covered up again. Go for a little like coffee cup here. Just doing a little bit of rearranging and playing and seeing what I enjoy. So that's quite cute. I think I'll do that. Let's go with that plan. Coffee cup first of all. I watched a video this morning. It was Alicia Wagman. She's got a really fun YouTube channel, and she's just this beautiful, kind-hearted person. And she shared a video this morning of the Christmas rack rather, that I sent her. And she was just so adorable. Like, she was squealing like a little girl when she opened it, and she was so stoked to receive something all the way from Australia. And she really showed her appreciation, because she understood that shipping from Australia to the US is just astronomical. But I'm not complaining. I don't mind doing it. I do it because I love it. I sent it to Alicia, like I sent the package to Alicia as a rack, so I don't expect and I don't need anything in return. I just wanted to put a smile on her face, because she spends a lot of time, you know, just uploading content, and she's such a super kind, beautiful, kind-hearted person. And, you know, I just wanted her to be a little bit selfish for a change and receive something just for herself, rather than focusing on other people all the time. Oh, I love that coffee cup, but I think most of that font that says happy is probably going to get covered up, which is really, really unfortunate. But I'm going to just reach in here and see if there's any other chipboard pieces I might want to add. There's Miss Alicia at Love Generation's favourite fingers. Maybe I'll add the Helix. Could add that little baby, little XO there, light up there. I think I can add you a gold. Okay, just gonna play around now. I think I'm gonna add this Euro gold piece in here. It's another really hot and humid day in Sydney. I'm going to guess that it's probably about 37, 38 degrees Celsius today. Humid is actually an incorrect description. It's actually very dry, but because I'm feeling a little bit sweaty, it's just feeling like it's very humid. But yeah, the bushfires are just completely like brutally spreading across Australia right now. My dear and very close friend Alicia, Love Letter Generation, messaged us yesterday and said that she'll probably have to evacuate where she lives in Victoria. And I was just so worried about her, because, you know, she's got 2 young kids, and she takes a lot of care and pride in her home, and to feel like your home is under threat is just such an awful feeling. And yeah, I just wanted to make sure that she was okay. That's not going to work, so I'm going to put some thicker ones on. Let's get rid of all this mess. So she's doing okay. She is very stressed, but she's a very strong woman. And yeah, if I could just ask you all to keep Alicia in your thoughts and prayers, and everyone else in Australia who might be, you know, encountering hardship through this like awful bushfire weather. Like a lot of us in Sydney are complaining that it's so hot, and you know, we don't want to stay home because it's just too hot to get out there. But you know, we do not have the right to complain. There are people, there are farmers out there basically who, you know, whose whole livelihood depends on water, depends on fair weather, and you know, their crops are dying, their cattle are dying, their cattle are starving. And the suicide rates in rural Australia is frightening. It's just, you know, people out there are not getting enough mental support, and there is so much like misnomer, and there's so much like expectation for farmers to just like tough it out, you know, especially men, especially young and older men, you know, that they're meant to have just the mental capacity to deal with hardship. And that's really unfair, you know. It's really unfair to set that expectation. And, you know, I hope in 2020, in the new year, Australia starts to really realise that farmers and people out in the country need our mental health support. They need us to reach out and, like, make sure they're okay. You know, because it's what they're doing out there is a lot more difficult than the office jobs that some of us do day to day, right? Anyway, I went off on a bit of a depressive tangent there, but just going to continue with my project here. I think I can add that later. I just want to, for the moment, focus on how I'm going to center this. quite like that one there that says chill. I think I'll add chill. I think I like big plans to be the final sentiment, or even hay, but I'm not convinced at this stage whether that's the road I'm going to go down. I'm loving these glasses. I think I'm going to have to work that in somehow. Yeah, I'm going to add the glasses. Oh guys, for any of you watching and I'm not currently a subscriber to your channel on YouTube, could you please drop me your YouTube handle, and I'll make sure I'll come over and check out your channel and follow you as well, because I'm looking for some more inspiration. This one there, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to add it. I'm feeling like there's a little bit of an empty space in there at the moment. I'm just not really sure how I'm going to fill that void. Could do with the hay. Nope. Could add a little XO at some stage. Yep, I could add XO. I could eventually add this little cutie there. But I think what I might do for now is just add big plans. Slip in the big plans here. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Oops, I think I'm going to do that now. Having a little bit of problems deciding whether I want it to go under or on top, but I think I will probably put it on top. So let's pop this up even more. Go. So I'm feeling like there's a little bit of a void up here, so I'm gonna just try and work out how I want to fill up that little space there. The flower's not doing too bad a job, but that's a little bit too angular. I could add this little XO here, which is very cute. I'm just wondering whether I could do that. Yeah, that will work out quite well. Okay, so I've got a plan. I've got a plan. Nobody panic. I will chuck this little thing in. So this little baby is just gonna slide into there like so. Okay, and then I'm gonna add XO on top like that. So let's see how that turns out. I can hear some sirens going off, and it wouldn't surprise me if that's actually a fire truck on the way to put out yet another fire in Sydney. Okay, so that's where it's gonna go. It's not exactly straight, but before I leave and do some pom-poms, I think at this point is where I'm going to add one of these butterflies. So I want to use this butterfly here. All I'm going to do is pop up its little wings and make it a little bit dimensional. And I'm going to put it right there. He is so, look at that butterfly. It is so cute and adds so much dimension to the project. So hopefully my recipients, because I made a few of these, as I said, my recipients will enjoy using them in their projects. I am not liking this thing just continuously popping up, so I'm just going to pop a little bit of tape down just to make sure that it is not coming up like a ramp. So just going to, oops, that's come off, so that wasn't very secure. I might have to glue that on. I'll glue that on later. So let me just secure this. There we go, that's a lot better. That's no longer flying up, so there it is. Okay, let's clear a bit of room. Now, just to save me a little bit of time in this video, because it's already gone over half an hour, I'm just going to go offline now and add some pom-poms and tassels and come back and show you the final product. Okay guys, so here are the final products. This is the first one. And I just added a tassel off camera. I added some pom-poms, and I just felt there was still a little bit of an empty sort of space up there, so I added this heart peg there and turned the butterfly to tilt around the other way, and really happy with how this one turned out. Is that focusing? Hope so. It's really chunky. Lots of dimension there, super girly, and using my favorite all heart. Really love that one there. And here is the second one, or the first one that I crafted earlier, and this one says looking good. And again, I just added some pom-poms and the tassel to the end there. I was quite tempted to add some more charms to the side, but doilies are quite fine and dainty, and so I just don't want to risk hanging too much off that, and so I just kept it simple with one little tassel. This is also very chunky, so I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, I would appreciate your support through a like or a comment or a subscribe. Hope you guys all have a lovely afternoon, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!